Boy, this game has taken a beating. I don't think I've seen any other game besides Silent Hill get this much hate this year. There's people shouting its failure at the top of their lungs and laughing about it. I started to contemplate what this game has done to piss people off that bad, so after a couple of YouTube searches, I came across some videos to answer my question. A lot of videos. A lot. One thing that is certain and something I can stand by is just like Silent Hill, this game is not Skate. Skate had an identity. People knew it for its ruggedness and realism about the prejudice and dangers of skating. Not only that, but having a kind of satirical yet cool way of implementing it into a video game. The maps were realistic, the color was realistic, the skate parks made sense, and there was a bone crush x-ray that made some people scared to actually get on a real board. Skate 3 was a 2010 video game. It doesn't sound necessarily important to the argument, but it really is. Games have undoubtedly changed over the years. If you think you're just going to get your 2010 era video game in the year 2026, I think you may be mistaken, man. Those times they're not among us anymore. I, along with many other creators who talk about video games, have expressed this multiple times. And though that is not an excuse to make a game that is underwhelming to the masses, it does explain why our favorite game series have been not doing so well these past couple of years. Do I have to remind you about Saints Row? What about Assassin's Creed? Fallout? Modern gaming is the new era of gaming, and we are the ones that caused it. How many shooters release free with a battle pass and many other items you have to whip out your wallet just to have? Just about fucking all of them. If it works, why break it? That's exactly why Skate 4 released with a season pass and a shop for those three idiots who can't seem to stop spending money. Please stop spending your money. But hey, I digress. You didn't come here for a speech on modern gaming. You came here to air me out in the comments for titling the video, Skate is Fine. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and have at it? I can't really stop you, you know what I mean? I physically can't stop you. I mean, about 80% of you have probably already left a savory comment and clicked off at this point. But for the 2% that have stuck around and decided to hear me out, thank you. I appreciate that. Please like and subscribe to see me defend more games in the future. Going back to what I said earlier, Skate 4, or just plainly Skate dot or whatever, is not a skate game. This was even said in the boardroom video they did some time ago.
So, Skate 4.
Nope. Okay, throw the bottles and everything at me now. No, it's not Skate 4.
Of course, if it isn't an actual part of the Skate series, why name it Skate? I completely agree with that sentiment. The whole practice was a sleazy tactic EA tried to use to get more players in. And it barely worked. Oh, actually, no, it didn't work at all. This would not be the first time or the last time EA thinks about profit first and player satisfaction never. At this point, it's what EA is known for. Let's dig the gaming community so we can profit, said some head board member at EA or something. That's exactly why nobody trusts EA or their games. And it doesn't help that Skate released early access with a season pass. It kind of made things worse because everyone who originally hated this game now thinks EA is trying to steal their money too. I mean, you're not entirely wrong. But I mean, take this from me. I actually really fucking hate microtransactions in video games, and I hate free-to-play game models. They piss me off so much. I'm trying to keep my composure, but I promise you, the monetization in this game isn't really that bad. Like, seriously, it's not that bad. You can get a decent amount of the in-game currency for free. Unfortunately, you won't be using it much because, I mean, to be honest, the clothes in this game aren't really that good. One downfall that could have been prevented was adding in some, I don't know, good-looking clothes. And you know what? While we're on the discussion of Skate's shortcomings, why don't I just go ahead and shoot out all the rest of the ones we've probably been thinking of. Yes, the map constantly being that bright burns my eyes in the morning. Please make a night mode or a night world or something. The dialogue in the main missions are incredibly cringy. Feels like I'm doing missions with Claptrap again.
That was crazy! You shredded the beep out of old Bonsky.
The Fortniteization of games is real. This didn't need to look so cartoony and kiddish. Please fuck off with free-to-play, pay-to-look-good bullshit. Make a real game with real missions and real challenges to have you unlocking decent-looking stuff. And an AI companion is not what we needed. How out of touch can you be? Those, along with many other complaints, make a lot of sense, and I really can't disagree with them. However, Let me tell you why Skate is generally fine amongst those things. Skate, albeit, has some issues, but this game is not a bad game. In fact, the big reason why it doesn't have many players is because a lot of YouTubers badmouthed it, and a lot of parasocial, non independent thinkers decided not to even try the game at all. And I don't mean poke it with a yardstick for an hour, I mean sit down, actually experience the game for at least 10 hours to get a feel for it. If more people did this, there would be a more general understanding of the game. EA was a sleazy cum rag for naming it Skate. They did that entirely for profit, but you don't have to think about it as Skate. You can just think about it as another skating game entirely. People saw this game as a continuation of Skate, and that's probably why it soiled a lot of people's opinion on it. If it came out as like San Van or something, or any other name entirely different from Skate, people would not have seen this as a continuation, rather as an entirely different Skate game. I feel like that is an important part of its failure. I mean, the devs even said that this wasn't a Skate game. It was probably EA who decided to pull the name and use it for themselves. So, really, you should be mad at EA. Again, not the devs here. And if you've played the game for more than like 3 story missions, you'd see that they weren't trying to ground this game at all. Like in Perfect, you can't possibly think that was something that they actually thought would be serious. Like it's just some funny, silly thing they threw in so that way you could jump off a building, fall at 120 miles per hour plus, and face plant it without exploding your head in half. Like, come on, bro. This game was not technically meant to even be taken seriously. There's big, giant ramps, the ability for you to climb and skydive for a reason. It was for you to like do crazy shit, and that was the whole point. To be honest, all those crazy ramps purely there for something clickable to be shared on social media. This is a common practice in video game development because as of right now in our time in society, it's what populates a game. Like allowing you to do parkour? Why the fuck not? They already allow you to scale a building like Nathan Drake. While you're at it, use the faster way of travel. It's much more convenient. Skydiving into something legendary was probably never in any other Skate game. I like to think that was the point. And yet, everybody who played Skate hates that because that isn't what Skate was. And like I said before, this is not a Skate game. So please think about it as something entirely different. And I promise you, you will probably have a different view of this game. We're living in a whole new era of gaming. A whole new way to skate should not be shunned. A lot of people who play this new skating experience enjoy the insane combos you can pull off on some big ass ramp, or on something that they created because they were given the freedom to. You're also just given the freedom to skate around a city that was meant for skating. I've seen videos that showcase how clean skating San Van can be. I agree that the architecture is not always kind to the player, but that's another level of challenge you could have depending on how you want to play the game. You could do all the crazy stuff you want, or you could just skate around the city and make a montage. I also think the manual trick input doesn't get enough credit. It's what makes you really feel like you pulled that trick off. What I'm mostly saying is that all the people who claim that this game isn't Skate is entirely correct. Once again, this is a whole new Skate game completely. Don't even loop it in with Skate, that's not what it is. And I get it. Obviously, this game isn't for everybody. Not everybody wants to do that. I understand. But something that I did not see amongst all these videos that I've watched, and I've watched a few, is that this game wasn't fun. I mean, this game, whether you want to admit it or not, is fun, man. Like, who wouldn't want to skydive into a giant fucking ramp? Like, dude, come on. Like, when have you gotten the chance to do that? Not everybody wants a super realistic skating experience. Some people just want to just turn off their brain and have fucking fun, dude. Let them do them. And hey, maybe in the future they might add races. They might add night mode. They might add an expansion to the map or something. You just have to be patient. The game just came out. You are 100% allowed to have your opinion. That is your right, okay? But like, one thing that just isn't cool is insulting the game and its player base just because you don't like it. And even celebrating its shortcomings. That's just not cool, man. Like, you have to realize that there were people working on this game. And to just downright insult it because it isn't what you expected it to be is not alright. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Skate. If you made it this far, give it a like so someone else can see this too, and subscribe to see me yap about more video game things and such. Let me know what you think about Skate in the comments, respectfully, of course. And hopefully, I'll be talking to you later. Stay easy.